Hey guys, the Firebird is here. Today we have some Rise of the Beast news. Now this isn't anything particularly new. These are stuff that we kind of already knew about, but it's confirmed, and at the same time, we now know the exact date and the exact characters that we're gonna get our first look at for the movie. According to the TFW 2005 website, Gamefly is now listing several items from the Transformers Rise of the Beast toy line up for pre-order. I think this is up right now, so if you want to pre-order your Rise of the Beast merchandise, you can start doing that now. Wave 1 is slated to be released April 1st, 2022. So that's about 2 months from here, which is not that far off. And considering that these are toys that will, are gonna be the thing that will give us our first look at these characters, my guess is that certain people who get their toys suspiciously early still are probably going to have these toys early, and they're probably gonna leak stuff early for us, maybe around next month or so. In my opinion, all of that's true. I need to say in my opinion, because if they see this, they might want to take us video down, but I'm saying in my opinion. So if you want to sue me for my opinions, then you kind of look like a dick. Anyways, the characters that we're going to be getting reveals for are Bumblebee, Mirage, Rhinox, Crescent, Cheetor, Arcee, Optimus Primal, Scourge, Optimus Prime, and Wheeljack. So 10 characters. Decent chunk of the cast actually. That still leaves, I believe, A-Racer, Nightbird, and Battletrap without a reveal just yet. I think they're going to be saving those characters for Wave 2, which will come later in August, or maybe even farther. Maybe they'll push it back. Who knows? I want to clarify something, because there's been people wondering why they're releasing the toys this early. And people threw wild speculation out there that, hey, they don't want the toys to just be sitting, somewhere else collecting dust, so they just want to get them out already, start generating hype. Which, I was thinking about that at first, but actually, the Slack podcast made a pretty good point. Recently, Hasbro's previous CEO unfortunately passed away and got replaced by a new one. Now, he is the new CEO, and, he now needs to, demonstrate to the rest of the company and investors that, hey, I can make money. Hey, I may not have been chosen as CEO because the other guy unfortunately passed away, but I can still deliver the money. So what better way to show investors that, Hasbro's not losing anything, that they're in fact going up, than, selling the toys here early and giving Hasbro a small profit, a small, temporary profit early on. And that's the reason why the toys are here, because, when the quarterly earnings arrive and, it's time for the Hasbro CEO to show investors how much money has Hasbro, gained recently or lost recently, he wants to look good. Like, if he looks bad and investors start, taking their money away from Hasbro, then, he might end up losing his job. So this is, in a way, is a bit of, well, the gamers will call a political move to try and make himself look good. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, that's up to you to decide. I'm happy that we're getting to look at these characters early, but at the same time I'm a bit upset because we're getting them so early when the movie's a full year away from being released. So I'm gonna leave that up to you guys to decide if that was a good thing or a bad thing. Now, the toys that we're gonna be getting, again, are just gimmicky toys. Like, think of like your, Knight Armor characters or your Stealth Force characters from Dark of the Moon, They're like made for like smaller kids, and they're like gimmicks that do one thing and one thing only. They're not like your typical deluxe Voyager or Leader class toys that we come to expect from toy lines like the War for Cybertron trilogy and even Legacy. If anything, this kind of reminds me of the Bumblebee toy line, in which the Bumblebee toy line I think was completely full with gimmicky toys for kids. And it's for good reason, basically, because the Bumblebee movie didn't have that many characters you could, make toys out of. At least, your standard deluxe, Leader, and Voyager size toys. So a lot of, your typical standard traditional Transformers were saved for Studio Series. Now, if the same thing's gonna happen for Rise of the Beast, in which Studio Series is gonna slowly, reveal and make toys out of every character in the movie, that remains to be seen. They might, but I feel like Bumblebee was a special case since it had a really small cast and it focused on an even tinier robot cast. That being Bumblebee, Dropkick, Shatter, and to an extent Optimus. But these toys will give us our first look at the character, so I can't complain much. We're also getting our first look at the Beast Mode Bumblebee, and the fact that, that might be a thing that will theoretically appear in the movie, leads me to believe that my theory of Nightbird turning into Black Arachnia is not too far off. Because remember, if we can get a character like Bumblebee turning into a beast type of character, then what's stopping Nightbird from, let's say, surviving Rise of the Beast and being recruited by the Predacons, eventually turning into a beast mode like Transformer? I still think my theory has a lot of validity to it. People sometimes call me crazy for these wild theories that I have, but I've been right a lot of times, and when I'm right, I never hear an apology like, "Wildfire, you were right, I'm sorry I doubted you." I guess we'll have to wait and see if, history will repeat with this prediction. But yeah, that's basically about it. Just that, the gaming kit toys are coming April 1st. Mark your calendars. You can pre-order some of these stuff now. We don't have a clear look for them, but I think that in the coming weeks we might start, maybe seeing some screenshots or like some images of some of these characters being seen out in the public. Or, we might even get some of these things reviewed by certain toy people that get their figures suspiciously early. But yeah, guys, that's it for this video. The characters that I'm looking forward to the most from this toy line, like seeing them, like how they're gonna look like, are Crescent, Cheetor, Rhinox, and Scourge. Because the rest I already have a pretty good idea as to how they're gonna look like. Even Optimus Primal, who's said to look a lot like he did in the Transformers The Last Night concept art, except that he's gonna have more organic components to him. So while we do have an idea as to how these characters look like, we still don't know exactly how they look like. But at least we have a date to look forward to that's at least right around the corner. It's not like the movie itself, which is a year plus away. Thanks, Paramount! But yeah, guys, that's it for this video. Hopefully you'll enjoy. I'm currently working on Revenge of the Fallen movie areas you might have missed. Which, the first one was received really well, actually even better than I expected. So I'm making a part 2 for Revenge of the Fallen. So that should be coming out maybe next week, I think, or maybe even this week. We'll see. I'm still working on it. I'm halfway done with it. And then I'm gonna make a thumbnail drawing for it, just like I did one for Jazz in the first video. If you haven't seen that video, link to it's gonna be in the description down below, and I'll put a little card right here so you guys can go and check it out after this video is done. But yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Hopefully you all enjoyed. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next one. Stay safe, guys.